Though we've spent half our lives outside of this country for obvious reasons, in recent times it became apparent to us that the time had come. Well, it's an anniversary year. This actually happens to be the 60th anniversary of Judith's founding of the Living Theater together with Judith Malina. Judith's 80th birthday. And all of this led to my writing this poem called Why the Living Theater is Returning to New York.
Because the people in charge haven't got a clue.
Because we're all tired of waiting.
Because we deserve better.
Because we're all fallen angels. And we're on our way home.
Because it's all so boring.
Because it's too easy for us in Europe.
Because this is where we grew up.
Because we want to recapture New York from the Americans.
Because sex is coming back.
Because there isn't a lot of time left.
Because we need new peace strategies to foil the bloodthirsty bastards.
Because it's cold outside.
Because the winds are blowing hard.
Because the earth is about to shake off the human species like a bad cold.
Because civilization is still a new idea.
Because Americans believe that anything is possible.
Because New York is it, man.
Because of the estuary.
Because of the little paper cup of coleslaw that they serve with the sandwich.
Because of Al Sharpton.
Because of George Bush.
Because we are still vulnerable.
Because regime change begins at home.
Because the Europeans think they know it all anyway.
Because no man is an island, but Manhattan is.
Because the East Side rules.
Because of slaughter on 10th Avenue.
Because we have to.
Because all the secrets are out.
Because we feel guilty about being away so much of the time.
Because nobody should be president.
Because some knuckleheads are giving anarchism a bad name again.
Because it's expensive, darling.
Because we want to make it so hot.
Because the Lower East Side can always use a not so temporary autonomous zone.
Because of the death penalty.
Because millions ride unchallenged underground.
Because we've been around for so long that no one remembers.
Because the revolution isn't a movie that was shown in 1968.
Because the beautiful, non-violent anarchist revolution needs a New York chapter.
Because the IWW needs a new meeting place.
Because the poets always have a home with us.
Because for us it's all music.
Because the whole thing is a dance.
Because political isn't enough.
Because the spiritual is so difficult.
Because as far as anybody can tell, God is absent.
Because Satan is lurking in every invoice.
Because the angels are tired of Los Angeles.
Because there's no time like the present.
Because of Hiroshima still.
Because my grandparents were killed by a hit-and-run driver on Neptune Avenue in Coney Island.
Because people think nothing really matters.
Because the suspense is driving us crazy.
Because it's a no-win situation.
Because God expects it of us.
Because we have sinned.
Because repentance is not enough.
Because we know thousands of wonderful people in New York and 3 in Roqueta Ligure.
Because the Morgan Library is still there.
Because it's hard to really care about the movies.
Because of magnetic forces.
Because psychology is not what it's really about.
Because Marx was right about a lot of things.
Because if we didn't exist, they'd have to invent us.
Because otherwise...
Because Brooklyn was annexed against its will.
Because Staten Island is another matter.
Because the World Trade Center is gone.
Because we are all suspects.
Because Allen is dead. And Jackson McClung too.
Because Anne Waldman lives, and Ferlinghetti.
Because the Statue of Liberty is still French.
Because America is lying to itself again.
Because not even a 3-party system can save us.
Because of the real estate interests.
Because of the improvements.
Because we are making a life for ourselves.
Because women have it almost figured out.
Because gay is queer like us.
Because no one knows where to put the garbage.
Because the cats are talking to the dogs.
Because in heaven, they teach you to gamble.
Because there is no straight path.
Because metaphors can be lethal.
Because experiment is difficult and decision dangerous.
Because of a protection racket.
Because we have a home in the genome.
Because we're all dying to make a living.
Because the score is tied.
Because the end is unknown.
Because of all the human energy.
Because Emma Goldman left debts.
Because of the movement in the streets.
Because the UN replaced our slaughterhouse.
Because of the chatter.
Because we're in trouble.
We're back.